This afternoon, the Market Theatre, otherwise known as the Theatre of the People, will host an event to kickstart a series of milestones to mark 40 years of the Market Theatre. As an associated institution of the Department of Arts and Culture, the Market Theatre will celebrate its 40 years of existence with a full lineup of theatre programming. The Minister of Arts and Culture, Nathi, Mthethwa, will deliver the keynote address, but we're joined in studio this morning by the chairperson of the Market Theatre, Kwanele Gumbi. So good to have you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you, Leanne, and good morning.
I love the fact that I ask you, have you ever been up on that stage? And you say, no, I'm a finance guy, but I'm so glad to hear this. So you've got the both, the arts and the numbers happening.
Arts to me is passion, and I think sometimes passion's been brighter than the skills that we acquire through university.
Yeah.
So it's a lovely opportunity for me to be involved with them.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Listen, 40 years. There is such a history at the Market Theatre. Take us back to the beginning. I mean, you threw a date at me, the 19th of June, 1976.
19th of June, 1976. If you just can picture June 16, which is a couple of days before, like anything, you have to start it in the background first before it emerges. It was Barney Simon, Manny Menim, John Gani, and many others who are celebrated playwrights who at the time created this fantastic space in Newtown, Johannesburg, where protest theatre was really what was about, where we're trying to look at the injustices that was happening in South Africa at the time. We put on great works like Sizwe Banzi is Dead, Asina Mali. And in fact, John Gani, who's still a living legend, so to speak, in the arts industry, had the first kiss in 1988 on stage, whilst the security police were watching and they couldn't arrest him because it was part of the Immorality Act outside the stage.
Yes.
So it's a fantastic space.
Yeah. It was almost a symbol of freedom, wasn't it? I mean,
it was.
What happened on the stage was not necessarily what was happening in reality.
True. It was an oasis. It was a time of turmoil, time of hardship, and it was time of courage, and where people would have to choose which side they belonged to. And thank God for theatre, because people had a medium at which to channel the injustices they saw. They had the courage of their craft to be able to help liberate a people. And the stages of the Market Theatre are really about that. We've transformed ourselves from that history, where we now say we fight injustices, because injustice is what always sits around societies. And sometimes it undermines their full potential.
Yeah. How would you say that the Market Theatre contributed to the enrichment of arts and culture in South Africa?
I don't want to overemphasize our role, but if I'm allowed to be quite confident about our role, we were one of the key pillars within the arts sector in this country, not external, but in this country, where we're able, through our work, to show exactly what was going on, the suffering, the injustices, and what society was feeling, especially from the oppressed society, which was not to be seen by anyone else other than the areas that were created for them to live. So we were still the foremost critics of the then government, foremost critics of those sectors of societies which benefited from the policies of the government. And today we've transformed ourselves to still say, whether it's government, it's private sector, or any other injustice in society, we will always tackle it. And there's no controversial work that doesn't go on our stages.
Yeah. I mean, I remember being a drama student back at university and at school. I mean, I always loved drama. It was something that I learned and studied and qualified in. But my first plays were seen at the Market Theatre. Yeah. My interactions of any form of theatre was at the Market Theatre. Yeah. And for me, I've got so many memories of that particular place. But for you, you know, and some of the highlights of these 40 years, what would you say really stand out?
You know, I want to classify or reclassify what we call protest theatre. You know, protest theatre really, in essence, is to just set up a stage, bring people the acoustics, anything. The props are limited. There was no money to begin with, but the talent was out of this world, where people can tackle the most difficult of topics in the simplest of forms, where the audiences get transformed and they get to appreciate the topic that's about. That era of protest theatre, which was galvanizing the country, which was helping towards the democracy we see today, that to me was a golden period.
Yeah.
And we continue to do something which stitches up our democracy, as well as to do something that also makes us embedded as part of Africa.
Yeah. Coming to the end of the interview, what's going to be held some celebrations. I can imagine you've got some amazing productions to see this
Yeah.
40 the year of coming of age.
Yes. For instance, tonight we are hosting the minister who's going to give us a keynote address through a production called The Raisin of the Sun, which is co-sponsored with the American Embassy in Pretoria, which we're grateful for the sponsorship as well. And also, most importantly, we have a series of works that we are doing throughout the year, among which is I See You, which is a collaboration with a theatre in London. Also, we are doing what is called June 16 Monologues, which is important also to mark that occasion since we are all turning 40 this year. There's also another musical that we are doing towards the end of the year, which we're still fundraising for, which is called Masekela, the musical. Yes. And that to us is the most exciting production that we want to deliver as part of our 40th celebration.
That sounds amazing. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And happy birthday, 1976, the 19th of June, the founding of the Market Theatre. It's the, I'd say, the centre of the arts world when it comes to South African theatre. It's an icon and it's a beacon of the struggle for freedom when it came to the world of arts. Absolutely stunning place. You must go there. Kwanele Gumbi, thank you. Thanks for talking to us here on the programme about it. He's the chairperson of the Market Theatre. Let's take a break. News after this. Stay tuned.